Hello Capricorns, how you doing? And welcome to your energy reading going from the 3rd to the 7th of, or the 2nd through to the 8th of November. Whichever day it is, it's around that week here, you know. Message from Energy came out this week. I did it live and it was all about following your heart, really, more than anything else, and engaging that heart. And it seems to be taking, front and center stage, as it were, in life. And it was also about sort of like clearing, like wiping the slate clean. And that has to do with possibly the energy update, which I did on Cymatic TV as well. And the 3rd and the 4th, I think there's going to be some serious realizations about how energy works, how life works, how the spirit works. There's a lot of understanding that's coming to the fore here over the next week. Absolutely extraordinary, really, more than anything else. The elements that came out this week here as well, they all the elements seem to be on an even keel, which I think is going to suit you fine, Capricorn. Really fine, actually. I think you're going to feel very comfortable with life, and because you feel comfortable with life, that gives you the confidence to sort of like start playing with your air energy within you, because in the Astroflower we have all different elements within us. The majority element that you have within your sign, actually, Capricorn, is water rather than earth, and then you have earth, and then it comes with air, and then fire. And here I think I think you're emotionally, I think you're feeling a lot more secure about life, feeling a lot more sort of, yes, this is the life I want. And it's basically how you can use your mental capacity and to understand the new knowledge that's coming through this week and how you apply it in your life. And that air element does run all the way through you, pretty much on your flower, but it goes all the way up through the center of you. And I think this comes out of a way of living life which also changes enormously of how you engage in all relationships that are around you. It could be also this sort of diamond in the rough that we saw last week as well, that could be changing your life. And, the beauty of a diamond is how you cultivate it. And I think this is how you're cultivating your engagement with life more than anything else this week here. So let's just see what we get in the general energies that are flowing through you at the moment. Here we go. We've got the connection to the energies there. Okay, so there's two sides to this coin of air energy. Sometimes you can overthink things, and procrastination can be a problem. But here is sort of saying, it depends solely upon you, Capricorn, of the direction or the amount that you put into life. I wouldn't be held back by the limitations of what is, what is within your logic. I think here is that I think you need to sort of like expand it and kind of, there is a certain degree of what if, which I've seen in most of the earth signs, to be honest. But it seems like a what if that's coming in. On your financial side, you seem to be taking a direction. You seem to be taking a control of an aspect of your life, which will then give you the results because you've got the control over it. And when you've got control over something, Capricorn, there's no other way around it. You're going to get the results. That's how you operate. You've really got that determination within you. On your relationship side, it's very much what sort of stimulates you and your happiness. This is where you got to follow your heart and feel your heart and allow it to go with you. Yeah, look at that. On your relationship side, you get the lovers. You want to be in love. You may not even know it. I'm not even sure you know it. But I think you love being in a relationship that you feel that there's a good sort of exchange, that both parties are invested in a very good way. It's a unison between you and another person. And look at that. That's marriage card for you. And that comes on your financial side. The Hierophant, my favourite card in the pack. It's the spiritual master over the physical world, but also it's like a teacher. It's also bringing understanding to the fore. And I think this knowledge that's coming through on the third and the fourth, I think you're going to really get it, Capricorn. I think for you, all of a sudden, it's going to kind of go, it's going to change the world around you from something that's a little bit complicated to, oh, finally, the world is starting to think like me, starting to get it, more than anything else. So let's just have a look and see what's going on your financial side. It could be as well that you're starting a business or you're getting a new job and so forth. It's a real sort of unison, a job offer and so forth. Let's just see what's going on there. Really playing into the future here. You're learning how to be a Jedi in regards to finances. It's almost as like kind of going, these are not the drones you're looking for. And, you could do it in a different way where you can sort of say, this is the job for me. You should be giving me this job. And it's like, this is what you're sort of saying. I want to get success in my business and this is how it's going to happen. That's the sort of sensation I'm getting in the future. From the karmic path, you get the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is like repetitive nightmare. I think that's what you're breaking free of, to be honest, more than anything else. And I think it's on your karmic path to finally break free of that. And that's what I mean, that the world is coming into alignment with you. And look at that, you get the High Priestess. That's someone that's coming into your life, or that's a connection or networking or business that comes into your life, or a company or a job that comes into your life that's totally in alignment with you. And, it's what you've got to be careful of, and this is what I was saying earlier on with procrastination and overthinking things. You don't want to approach it sort of saying, oh, it's gonna open doors and then it's gonna fail like everything else. That's what you got to walk away from. And you've been patient enough within your life, and that's in your past. I think you've been very, very patient with the world around you. Incredibly patient. If anybody's got patience, it is you, Capricorn. You're willing to wait an entire life for a result. And I think you've been doing that. And I think this is all starting to come together. And as it does come together, it goes incredibly quickly. As I said, the Nine of Swords there on your karmic path, with the Chariot card there as well. So you've got the High Priestess, the Temperance, the Hierophant, and the Chariot. Nothing but major arcanas apart from the Nine of Swords. I think you're saying goodbye to those woes and worries, and I think it's on your karmic path to say goodbye to that. There's a big success coming into your life here, and it's coming in quickly. Really, really quickly. How should you engage in the world around you? Through that strength, through that irreversible sort of confidence that you can have within you, Capricorn. And you are very confident when you know what you're doing and you have a control over the situation. It breeds an incredible amount of confidence within you. And I think you should swagger into your new life, Capricorn. Absolutely swagger. What's the general overall energy? You get the Ten of Swords. Do you know what? I think this realization that's coming in is that Ten of Swords. That you're making this decision and kind of going, oh, well, I'm not going to be... I'm not going to, hold the door open for everybody else to go through to the opportunity. I'm going to go through the door myself. And I think you're making that realization, that sort of like that decision within you. It does create a moment of kind of going, oh, is that a good thing to do or not? That's how to avoid the repetitive nightmare, the nine of swords, by sort of kind of going, yeah, I'm going to go through it. Go through it, Capricorn. I think the decision within you is that you're not going to put up with the bad stuff anymore. You're not going to put up with life, the human life not really giving you the rewards that you so deserve. And I think you're opening up to that, and it's going to go incredibly quickly. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side here. I get this Christmas. It's almost like Christmas is coming early for you. It's like there's a great feeling of unison that I think is coming from within you. I think you want to be within a unison. I think this is possibly what you were looking for last week. And you're starting to feel it, and feeling, comfortable about yourself, and, because you're feeling comfortable about yourself, other people can feel confident and comfortable around you. Yeah, look at that. Ace of Cups here. I think this is you following your heart. This comes on from the messages from energy as well, allowing your heart to be the divining rod for you as you go forward into your relationships and so forth. Absolutely beautiful energies there. On the synchronicities, or the outside and the connection to everybody that is around you, you get the Hangman. Yeah, I think this is that knowledge thing that's coming through from that planetary alignment. You're seeing things in a completely different. You know what the love is within you, and I think the world is actually seeing you in a different light. That's the thing. I think the world's seeing you in a different light. You have been in hermit mode in the past. I think you've understood a lot. That hermit there has managed to reach for the stars, go up to the top of the mountain, reach for the stars, grab one of his stars and put it in his lantern. And I think it's been guiding you ever since, that ideal of what love should be like, or what relationships should be like. And I think you've got that very clear vision of what it should be like for you. And what do we get in the future? Marriage. Yeah, Four of Wands. You coming together in a celebration between you and another person. These two people here, as you can see in the background. You've got your plan, they've got their plan, and it goes so well together. Because you're going after it with love in your heart. And it's on your karmic path. So if you're not ready for love, tough luck. Get with the program. You're up for love this week here, Capricorn. It's really opening up for you. And look at that. And I think this does play into your here and now, with out with the old and in with the new, as it were. And I think it's the out with the old and in with the new in the way in which you approach your own relationships, or your own emotions, which then sort of changes completely how the relationships are, more than anything else. The overall general card here is the Eight of Cups, that's connecting everything as, that is around you. And I think that's possibly what if sort of scenario comes out of all of this. And I think you've got a lot of control over this, of you being out there curious and kind of going, I know what's good for me. I know what feels right for me. Now with that new sense of direction and new sense of unison that you can have within you, you're taking it out into the world, and you're showing the rest of the world. And because it's like because you're out there and sort of saying, this is what I enjoy, this is what I love. There is going to be, there is people around you, and it may be one particular person that you're really interested in, will appreciate all of that. And I think they're coming to an understanding there. I think their world's been turned on its head, and they're seeing you in a different way more than anything else, Capricorn. And it brings in a whole new sort of way of being in regards to sort of relationships and love and so forth. So there you go. Don't forget about the messages from energy that came out live this week. We also had the energy updates on Cymatic TV. I will see you soon. Thanking you very much for subscribing, liking and sharing. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.